on a couple of backstories at the CIS thing, and people are watching you. He even said in his little interview before this game, he feels like he's got his confidence back. Feel being the operative word there, I think. It's not like he came in saying, I'm up to 100% back now, this is not going to be a problem. He feels like he has, but the team definitely doesn't look their absolute best. Looks like we're ready to go though, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic will be sat on the T side here at Mirage. Remember, it is a playoff game. If you can win this one, you do get through to the arena. Lose, you're still in it. It'll just be the 2-2 games, which will resume tomorrow with the best of threes. As for now, we'll look at Na'Vi with the USPs, and they've got one defuse, get one smoke on Zeus, of course, and with Fnatic, it won't be an execution-based play because they've only got one smoke, one Molotov. Normally need two to go for that A execution.
JW, topside mid, just checking to see if anyone's going to peek through the window while his teammates will work into the underpass. So collectively, they'll take middle, and Flusha will be the one player to fall in from Palace Bomb. Going through connector, spotted Flamey as he fires that direction. Watch again for Flusha. He wants the information from the entry. He wants to try and attack when it's right so to do. He'll watch over towards CT from the top side of the balcony. They get off the bomb. They don't commit to it. JW gets one back finally toward middle. That's simple on rotation, but it's still a 2 versus 2. The fact that JW is still there means that they could have gone toward B. The problem is that the bomb, having given up on its chance to plant, is now stuck by the benches. Great shot from range. It's now Electronic to pull this back.
Absolutely. Well, Electronic's in a good position to get the first frag, but whiffs the first few bullets. I think he might be out of luck here as Flusha looks to punish him for the missed shots. Nice tactic there from Fnatic, I have to say. Very fast pace. 3 players straight towards that underpass. They smoke towards short to take away any CT vision as they go towards connector quickly. They're trying to get up as fast as they can, flash over, and try and bully the fact that they've got so much manpower. I think 4 players towards the connector making their way through, trading kills. Definitely some opportunity for Na'Vi to hit some of the shots that were missed, but overall Fnatic take it 1-0 for them. Definitely can on their day be a world-class team still. It's just the way they've looked at this tournament, I'm not that convinced, but a good start, and these players getting the zone is always dangerous. As we'll have 4 UMPs here for Fnatic, 1 AK, usually like 2 in these sort of rounds, but we'll see whether this will be enough. It should be, looking at the 4 spy of Na'Vi. Deagle, CZ, simple scout. Always so scary in these rounds. The desk love talking about the fact that Na'Vi, one of the few teams you can really justify the 4 spies so much with because they win so many of them. Yep. Simple when Electronic on those Deagles, the scout coming out, it really is quite successful. So you can't really argue or be too mad when they 4 spy.
So again, Fnatic sits in mid. Light a candle for Electronic. That's exactly what they did. Crims takes him down UMP after they flush him out of the corner. Timed it perfect with the smoke. That was dissipating. Flamey, you said it on Deagles. Walks back in and finds Exist. Simple. Can't quite get any vision with the scout. He'll have to concede the bomb plant based on a single smoke. Smoke that might have been justified being thrown slightly sooner to not allow that simple kill, or rather, excuse me, that Flamey kill as Zeus gets on the flank. JW down AK. Oh, he will. I didn't think he was going to have time to pull that out. Even still, JW and Flusha combined to make sure he goes down. Crim's still holding on. They had jungle access through the vent. They crawled through, and Edward gets close. Crims goes down. Still the advantage, therefore, for Na'Vi. Flash timing. Draken doesn't matter. He pre-fires into it. Flamey standing in front of the UMP. They know he's at the firebox, but a great headshot as he finds yet another kill, and Simple will retreat.
It was looking quite good for Na'Vi there. Some great shots with the pistols, but overall, Draken saves the day there. Close range of the UMP, finding those unarmored heads as they had to spray very quickly and try and take him down. He stayed calm and manages to win the round and get the 2-0 for the team there. Lovely stuff by Draken. As we get into round number 3 here, the scout was saved. These were the shots from Flamey to open things up. Nice little flank from Zeus as well. Seems to be favouring this 5-7 instead of the CZ. A few players are doing that. I mean, well, I should say a few, maybe a handful at very best. Like I think it's Robs, Zeus, and a couple others I can't remember right now. But a weapon that is trying to make itself relevant once again. As the scouts will be in the hands of Simple, nothing else is purchased. Hello? That was an A ramp. Okay.
Fair play.
So Flusha went for the quick fix. Simple was there, presumably just using the angle right by the steps, and took his head off. They can maybe find a rifle. They're going to stack B off that.
It's not a bad decision.
Yeah, it's cool.
The problem is they're still in middle and they're going to look connector inevitably. It's kind of interesting that the round that they bought armor and forced around the scout, they didn't get anything done with it, and then this time they get a kill right away.
And it is going to funnel them towards B. You know, if you see Simple with the only saved weapon at the A site, your natural inclination is going to be let's head to the other side of the map. They're going into the Lion's Den right now, and Simple is there as well.
Yeah, he's smartly rotated and has an angle. Tags will do. Tags and then a kill. Follows it up, finds Crims.
Get out of
and
there.
Look how weak they are. They've got to get out of there, but so too the rotation has to be swift and timely to get back toward the A side if they want anything to be brought from that. Zeus gets the AK. They overlooked it, and it is the bomb. The bomb down in connector. They can steal this. Gun tossed over because Zeus got tagged. It now goes to the hands of Electronic. He's got 67 HP, so it's better than the 34 that Zeus had. JW, he wants the bomb back, but he's got to fight against the weapons, against the position, and the stack from Electronic. Dragon. CIS come at me. Yeah, you've got 4 of them still left to find. They're all going to be coming at you, and with good effect. As Edward takes it, they pull it off on the round in which they purchased nothing.
Give Simple an inch, he'll take a country mile. My God, he saves 1 scout into the round, kills his first player, funnels him into the stack, and he's there ready and waiting. Hits absolutely everything. Zeus converts one of the tags into a kill. The bomb drops. It all falls apart. That is pretty much a full eco victory for Na'Vi. Didn't spend more than, what, $500 in that round? The save scout, the P250, and somehow make it look easy. Huge round there for Na'Vi, and Simple now has the AWP. Lots of money, and Fnatic will have to just accept their fate and go down to a full eco here. Flusher with armor and a deagle, but that's got to be gutting for the morale of Fnatic. That was theirs. Those rounds are the ones we normally talk over and have some fun with. Simple was the only one laughing in that particular round, I'm afraid.
Started it with Flusha going down. They've got the damage to their advantage this time as well. Draken's on 54, JW is on 4 less. Electronic waits with an AK. From CT stairs, Draken is the one that would appear in front of him, should he elect so to do. Down from Palace, it's Crims instead that goes down first. Edward managed to control the spray, collect the kill. Looked a little wild at the start of it. Electronic, a lot much more clean to find JW. Draken does get 1, giving himself a little bit of credit in the game, giving himself some confidence. He's gotten 5 kills. He leads the way for his team. Exist, by the way, still yet to get on the board. 4 rounds in, now starting the 5th.
Indeed, round 5, money started to stabilize for Fnatic. Woeful performance in 3, like that's got to be so gutting for them. The fact you go down to the full eco just as you're flying high, you've won the pistol, it's feeling good, and Simple smashes all of your dreams. Well, here we go then. They have got a couple of compromises here, actually quite a few. JW with almost no grenades. Crims on the pistol. Exist, same story as JW, just 1 smoke to his name. It's a bare bones buy. And we'll see whether they can get anything done here towards middle. It's looking like they've got 3 players there at the start. Smokes down towards the positions you would expect. Window and connector starting to make their way towards the aforementioned position there.
So smoke off in the window, and also at connector they'll boost through. JW has a bit of room to work with. 3 men over toward B. There's no one really watching this jungle position, so Zeus has to be very careful. He was already looking toward mid, and exactly that. Had no idea that they'd already gotten inside of window.
There we go, great start. JW boosted up, undetected.
That was all good, except for that there's still a vent in your way. You kind of have to break the vent out.
Well, they're just going to hold up now. It's a reaction-based map. Finding one of those picks might suggest the CT is going to start probing towards the B apartments or A ramp, Palace, just to try and get the frag back in their favor. But they're being quite disciplined here. Na'Vi not giving anything away. If Electronic times this right, he could get a big spray down towards connector. He's not going to peek, and they're going to successfully make their way through and start to swarm the A site here. I would say at this point it might even be worth considering a save, especially now as Flamey's gone down. Edward will challenge the best he can at this point, though. What's the plan? 3 versus 2.
Oh, thought he might fire at that. Simple is known to do such things. And it would have been rather incredible to drop the bomb at that range, but it's Fnatic responding. I got to give them credit for that. Once the guns come out, they've got a bomb down and the man advantage. Electronic getting closer towards CT is going to be spotted. He's just looking to try and do exits at this point. As soon as he's spotted, he realizes he's still too far to really contest anything within the site and backs away.
And we've got a game on our hands. There we go. Nice work from Fnatic. Good default the start to allow them to get full mid control there. No threats detected whatsoever. They boost up and towards the window, and you can see JW using that information. The fact they can hear Zeus spamming towards a connector, trying to get anyone who's potentially probing in towards that area. He can then just position himself, knowing the Zeus has to fall back and reload, reposition at some point, and takes him down. They wait, they're patient, and they capitalize up towards the connector and find a completely open A side, knowing that they've already got JW in position here, stopping the rotations. Why not? As they make their way up towards it, I feel like it might sound mad in a 5-on-4, like when you've got that sort of scenario, sometimes it might just be worth considering the save. They managed to save the AK and the AWP at least, so they've now got a double AWP set up for Simple and Flamey, which has proved to be pretty powerful recently. Remember, Fnatic haven't actually showed us their Mirage this tournament so far, only played Inferno. Simple now walking towards the window, no smoke blocking his vision in that particular area, holds the flashbang out, looking to maybe charge towards underpass, was expecting him to jump down after that one. Our two players there. Bomb still down in T-spawn, suggests this will be a very slow default.
So smoke for Crims still allows a bit of vision, I think, through the left window. Zeus hanging out in the sight. Meanwhile, its rotations back the other way. Zeus does actually get Crims, so he could just barely spot him. I think that smoke either dissipated or he pushed through it. Looks like he pushed through. Either way, it's back to mid. Do they boost JW again this time? They would be more ready for it. Electronic a little bit further back in jungle would have an angle. Fnatic with the one man lost seem like they've given up on their plans at looking toward B, or at least evaluating that side of the map. It's the boost again. Backside of window is also covered by by Simple this time as well, so it's going to be a lot harder for them to actually get anything done from that position. But timing in their favor. If Simple starts to have doubts about that and rotates too soon, they could still get JW into the hot seat. Electronic meanwhile, bomb directly beside him in the hands of Exist, who finally is showing some life. Third kill in the game, excuse me, first in this round, but pulls it back on 4-4, and great shot again by Exist as he finds Flamey. Simple's had to retreat away from the backside of the vents, and in doing so, has to fight inside of the site. Edward gives him a hand. He's going to at least get Draken down. That's from Catwalk, but bomb planted once again. Simple gets flush up. They'll go on this. Kits for both of them, but look at the HP. 44 and 16 going against 100 on JW and Exist. And JW's lurking away because he knows that the bomb's down, he can get to connector. There's no one to hold him off from it.
It's going to be a difficult retake, that's for sure. If they had a smoke, I might be able to justify this one, but it's very unlikely Na'Vi can negate all the bullets. I think they might just consider the save. It's just looking too unlikely. If you go and touch that bomb...
Oh, JW failed the jump. So he knows that they were going to save at that point. He tried to get in window to catch them retreating by the vent.
It's a cool idea. But... there we go, they have to save. Like, sure, it might be a 2-on-2 with the bomb down and you've already got low HP. Just them spraying in your general direction is going to take you down. It's unlikely you get both kills cleanly when you've got to defuse the bomb at the same time. So there we go, good and wise and informed decision from Na'Vi as they save the weaponry there. Great stuff there by Exist. What an amazing round by him. This shot especially to Flamey. Good night as he takes him down. JW's been a bit of a nuisance in this window area.
Yeah, that's actually something that's really proving to be a huge success for Fnatic.
Money's actually relatively healthy still for Na'Vi. They are saving weapons consistently. This looks like maybe a potentially faster approach, and Simple fails to jump there towards short. It's actually quite tricky to get up there, and indeed it is going to be much faster. He's struggling here. They're going to make their way towards connector, and down he goes. He makes that jump towards short. Might have been a different story. Electronic trying to pick up the pieces, but he'll find just the one. It's Edward and Flamey going to town. Great spray control from Flamey here. Keeps the dream alive. The change of pace from Fnatic is looking unsuccessful so far. Crim's left in a 2 versus 1. Bomb is down towards that connector. He's got a Molotov, I should say, instead of the smoke. Flashbang being deployed as well. He's not going to rotate around and play the long game. Just holding towards that A ramp and might change his mind. There we go. A lot of players will do this when there's a lot of time left because the CTs will completely lose track, start to doubt themselves and have to reposition and maybe not play together. But the fact they have the bomb right now in such a prime spot where it can't really be picked up without them seeing it, I just don't know what his plan is. He go towards B all the way through CT and try and come through the vent, for example. That could be an idea. Pretty much his only choice at this point, considering his position towards B. Could go towards short. I think, though, going towards CT spawn will be a little bit more interesting for him.
So bomb being guarded heavily. As expected, Crims, and with time in favor, will try and rotate around and catch them off, but they should be ready for this. Yeah, they are. Positioned inside the window. Easy kill. Zeus staring at the backside of him. Back within 1. This is going to be back and forth.
Yeah, it is. It was looking like a Fnatic round. I like the change of pace though. Fast towards middle, found Simple there after missing the jump. Such a small detail, but if you make that jump, like I said, he probably takes a couple of them down because he would have been there ready and waiting. But Flamey and Edward, great job here. Good positioning by Zeus to finish things off. 4-3. And Fnatic now looking likely to potentially take an eco. They've got 6k on JW, 5k on Exist. The other guy's hovering around 3k. So if they force this one, could be a little bit problematic. JW's maybe going for a tactical purchase here, Matt. We normally talk about Na'Vi doing this with Simple. Get the 1 AK, the rest of them get CZs or P250s and try and play off JW. But it looks like they're actually going for it. So it's going to be the full investment as Draken brings out an AK as well. Flashes on the UMP. Exist with 2k, no armor right now. Might have to go for Deagle armor. CZ instead. Crims with $200 left and Glock armor. Has to be dropped a pistol here. Oh, there's actually an AK down for him. There we go. So it's actually not too bad in the end. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. Smoke towards window. Well, towards short. To block vision from window, and this could be a straight up B play with JW patrolling towards middle, just showing presence there.
Need out. It's a little bit deep actually. Goes past Flusha. No one else was out the corridor in toward the kitchen as of yet. Reverse smoke now from Zeus, trying to buy himself a bit of space. He'll actually have Edward rotate him with him toward the bench, so they'll be there together when they drop in, and they certainly will. Draken's already down, he's on the ground, and he's already found Edward, so Zeus is outgone already. He's got to do it himself. Does find one, but couldn't re-step to find Flusha, and even if he had, he would have had more company from the balcony. So Electronic held off by the doorway, tries to go in to deny the plant, does get inside of the site at the very least, but they now know that. Has to be very clever in his position, and the gun barrel will protrude. Luckily, Crims was preoccupied, but it doesn't matter. It's a Fnatic round all day. Edward getting nothing done on rotation, and Zeus only managing one. Nothing they can do to get back into the B site.
Lovely stuff. Fnatic changing their objective pretty much completely. They've been running defaults and a couple of executions. This time, nice mid-smoke. JW showing presence with the Molotov towards connector. Teammates smoke towards the end of the apartments, knowing Zeus normally plays over the rifle. They can challenge that. If they trade it out with him, which is quite likely, there's to be a bit of a weakness on the B side for Na'Vi. They take him down with just one kill, like exactly what happened. They can get the bomb down quickly, and there it is. The round is successful. It makes a lot of sense. If you know you've got Simple and Electronic on the A side of the map, you've got Edward and Zeus potentially at B, you can see why teams on lesser buys especially might want to experiment with that side of the map, and it works out very well for them. Good trades from Fnatic, find themselves with a 5-3 lead here on the T side of Mirage. Simple at the moment $4,300, hasn't purchased anything just yet. His teammates have fully invested into the force buy, as we mentioned. You can't really argue with Na'Vi's decision to force buy. You saw what they did on a full eco. They're very good in these sort of situations. Is Simple not paying anything? There he is, M4 right at the end, okay.
Just keeping you on your toes, Hank.
Indeed. Ooh, gap for Flasher if they cross over. That's a horrible smoke from by the CTs.
Yep.
Couldn't be worse.
Didn't even do anything really to Flush's position. Redressed, they fall back either way and look for execution toward A, as it seems. Push up in the apartments at B with no one spotted at this point will lead to a rotation from Simple, so that M4 might, just barely might get to A in time. Pressure's on though, Flamey's aware, smokes are in, the wall's down already toward jungle. Connected. Flamey has the cinders to work with. Bit of extra armor in that sense, but it doesn't matter because Exist has the headshot looking accurate, or at least continues to be. Simple does get there, but smoke down in front of him. Nade thrown. He's already backing away to save the M4.
Oh,
maybe a little soon to make that call because Edward actually gets Exist. Couldn't deny the plan. Zeus on the flank. Simple's going to rotate back in through the vent instead. Flusha has Zeus, but he's on to 7 HP. JW's only on 30. This is absolutely winnable from the Na'Vi side. They don't have a kit in play. JW though, Firebox has great position. He's going to get one. Oh, gifted. The second Electronic came in too soon. Could not react. It's all on Simple. He knows where one is behind the box, but with the smoke down, JW's managed to get away. He's managed to run from Simple, and that's going to be the round because no way he gets him and the bomb as well as the second player.
If Edward could have done that plan, Matt, he had it in his sight. Sure, it was a little bit smoky, but the Deagle shots pretty much, I think, should have connected there. Simple might even go down here, and indeed he does. That was their round. Na'Vi had that again on the force buy, and with that Desert Eagle, the bomb didn't get planted. That was the round. That was over, and unfortunately for Edward, didn't work out, and Simple left in a pretty compromised position. So this was, yeah, you got to hit those quicker.
And this was as well. If Electronics even a half-second delayed on that,
to be fair,
he probably could have gotten positioned and ready for that.
It's pretty phenomenal from JW.
Absolutely.
Low HP to get that done. It should have still been Navi's run, even with the missed plant, but he did very, very well with the positioning. 6-3 now, full eco up against them, and a chance for Flusher to show us why he is so talented as Mac-10. Loves these sort of rounds, gets in there, farms all the cash. And here he goes, using that smoke just to stop any headshot angles from the shadow area. Get himself on Tetris, making as much noise as he wants here, just to bait them out. He wants the duels, he wants them to peek him. He knows they can't have much more than default weaponry. Tags them up, 2 of them are half HP already. You can see without armor how detrimental these SMGs can be. Brave to throw the Molotov even though he just got spotted. And there it is. Things up.
Yeah, it was supposed to go to Sandwich. It actually hit the wall and fell shy, which actually kept them from pushing him because they could have been in trouble there if the peak was a little wider. Edward takes down Flusha. Crims inside of the site. AK looks towards CT. With Exist already swinging out, they'll be able to clear both under the shadow and above it. That was very systematic from Crims and Exist together. Simple. Pistol. No armor. 1 versus 4 rounds gone. What can he get from this? He's looking for a gun. And that's about it. He's going to get Draken as well. That's an op. Thank you very much. He starts to run away. He's hearing a JW surely running to try and catch him on the other side. They want this op back, and they can afford and justify doing so. Let's see if they get back toward him. They're already with 1 in Palace. That's Exist. JW getting closer and closer, inching up. Shadow, I don't think shows enough in this case because he's against the wall, so there it is. Either way, Simple's got the shot and knows that he can run that way because they'll be coming through Palace behind him. Smartly played to at least bring an op over the next round. He would have had an op, but it would have been glass cannon only.
It's pretty phenomenal. He starts the round with the USP and no armor. He leaves it with the AWP. All things considered, that wasn't too bad as they managed to get a few kills, save a massive weapon, give it to their star player. Draken now. I'll look at his scoreboard, obviously a bit of a talking point with his recent comments. Actually top of the scoreboard, 9 and 8, playing well once again. Timeout for the CTs, that's Na'Vi. 7-3 down. Fnatic want the playoffs. Deserving performance so far. Much better than yesterday against Vega Squadron. I felt like, even though it was a win, it didn't feel like one in the end. It was such an uncomfortable game for them. But this is more promising. Timeout will come to an end momentarily. Buys are in. M4 is across the board apart from Simple's AWP. They do not have a kid. Simple could definitely afford one. Might want to consider that.
Yep.
Got 3k there.
He's got it now, yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Well,
He thought about it.
leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. I can't really do a Finnish accent, but those who know, know. Draken just fired to the smoke, anticipating that there would be someone there. Exist gets aggressive, try to go for the trades as well. JW slipping back in. They want to just punish Na'Vi. They're trying to run them rampant and get very aggressive on these situations. This time it doesn't work out. Flamey gets one. Electronic also there. They're able to get both kills. I won't say entirely for free frame. He's kind of weak, but with no response and Simple getting Crims, this round looks Na'Vi's all day. And it'll bring it to 7-4, so Fnatic having a great T-side so far. Zeus, though, getting Flusha down. This one could be clean and start to build the bank back up for the CT side. Could be a team ace if Edward's able to find Draken.
Could be.
He's over at B, though, so we'll see. Although if he pushes all the way through, he could be the one, Henry.
You can see what Fnatic are trying to do, though. They've definitely got their defaults sorted. They've got some executions. They're trying to bring these very fast Wolfpack mentality plays into their scrapbook as well. Draken probably gets his kill, no problem. There it is. Edward goes down. No teammates, Matt, I'm afraid. It's quite an interesting approach, and you can see they know the positions Flamey likes to play with Electronic there, but unfortunately for Exist, running through the smoke, the grey screen is a little bit too much. You have to pre-fire correct. He knew Flamey's tendencies, but if you don't hit the shot there, then that's all in vain, really. Zeus will get the final kill there. The AWP will be taken to the next round, and that's a pretty massive reset. There's $1,600 on Draken, 3k on JW and Flusher. The other twos can buy. I'd say they probably buy this no problem with Galils instead of AK to a couple of those players. And 7-3 rings in. 7-4, I should say, sorry. That's the replay score. Zeus finishing things off, taking down Draken there. Important kill. Draken hit double digits. First player on the server to do so.
Apple juice.
Bit of apple juice.
What's your thoughts on these new camo jerseys, Hank?
I think they look cool.
They match the
I'm just not sure what their purpose is. Like, it looks cool. It's not really a Fnatic thing, though, is it? Like,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, CS, they're doing something special for the major.
Black and orange, I think always look really cool. Like, a camo looks nice as well. I like camo.
Something special, something different for the major.
Yeah, all that.
Double up setup, Flamey with Simple this time, and not a lot of weapons available on the T side. They are not in timeout. This is live time.
No,
and there's
I think we are.
Okay, they are going to call technical. Because I was going to say, Crims has money, Exist has money, Flusha has enough to force into it as well, but they're, yeah, so we're going to have a restart of this round.
Hopefully, nothing too severe. We've only had trivial issues in this stage of the tournament. Everything has been rectified. I think the most extreme we had yesterday was a chair needed to be replaced.
Yep.
And then maybe a microphone unmuted. We're back into it already, but looks things. The round has been restarted. No one's got their headsets off. Everyone looks poised, ready. As we get into round number 12 here. The latter stages of the first half. See if they can find another round here. It has been very back and forward so far, but Fnatic with a firm lead. Navi picked up the previous round. Simple 9 kills to his name. Double orb set up once again for himself and Flamey. Off we go. As you can see, the buy comes in. They are pretty much fully committed. It's actually a little less than I thought, because they purchased Galil in the previous round and now opting for CZs instead and 3 AKs.
Simple back to the bench. A little cheeky angle for the AWP. No smoke on it. Won't get the vision yet. Now he will. Oh, couldn't quite hit the shot though. Couldn't react fast enough. Zeus does. He had the information. Flusha went down trying to drop into the site, and Edward shutting out JW. It's Fnatic on the retreat.
Yeah, went for that B play. And for reasons we spoke about before, Matt, remember they had success over there with their half buy because Zeus is there. They feel they can trade it out. Simple knows what the money's like right now, and that's what he has to be doing. He needs to show presence there every now and then when he feels like they could be trying to exploit that once more. And the fact he's there, yeah, he didn't get the first kill, but he tagged it up, and Zeus converted the frag. They managed to get 2 in the end, and that's the idea of B, the concept of it, really thwarted, because at that point it's like, well, what if Simple is there? We don't know. We can't just rush it. He might be waiting for us. So it's good to just move him around and make sure you back up the weaker areas. You see him do that on train as well.
Shot.
That is a nice shot. But pretty spot on. And we're looking for the team ace again. Electronic. Can you do it?
Nope. This time Edward does get the kill. The one he was missing last time.
Indeed. Team ace, for anyone not aware, is when one player on each team gets...
Not each team.
Oh, sorry.
When every single player on one team gets a kill in the round.
That makes more sense. There you go.
There you go. We got there.
There we go. It's going to be Fnatic now, presumably on the eco. Loss bonus not that high. Second stage, that's $1,900 per player. They have a Deagle, that's about it. A PT50 for JW as well. Not really much can do here. Maybe it's another B rush, get stuck in, or head towards middle. They've got a little run boost set for JW, not going to be significant. Simple, presumably nails the first shot. They'll probably run boost round. The fact he's double scoped in suggests he won't get the kill. Okay, well,
Pretty sick.
no problem.
Didn't hit the runner, but he certainly hit the booster. The runner was taken down by Electronic. Crim's underneath, making things interesting. That Simple gone on the op as well as Edward. They know exactly where he is. He's got 21 HP, but he could still make things a little bit awkward. Bombs down in mid. Round is pretty much secure.
Oh, what?
Oh my goodness.
Headshot him?
I think Electronic was already slightly tagged, so at that range maybe he did, but the fall off damage didn't quite kill him. Either way, it again was interesting.
Yeah, he dinged him with the PT50. It got him down to 11, so either way, good shot. We'll see whether this round will allow Fnatic to take the half victory at least. They've got guns once again, looking for number 8. As Navi claw back into this one, double up setup was very effective. No one dropping off in the fragging department ready for either team. Everyone pretty equal. Setting the game up nicely. Previous match was a bit of a one-sided affair, I have to say, in favour of FaZe. This is looking like he'll go the distance, which is what we like. Make them sweat for it. Edward waiting towards top of middle. Flash comes in. He's looking for one kill to fade away. Gets the kill. Unfortunately, he will be traded out. Zeus couldn't back him up, but maybe Simple can recover.
Good shot from Crims. Gets Simple down in return. Flamey still waiting with the AWP. With the Simple gone, he now takes the helm with it. Has not just anchoring toward the A side. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive, so he's trying to get on ticket to see down toward mid instead. Navi looking to tie this up in round 14. Lots of time for Fnatic to still slow it down. We're getting to the decision point at around 45 to 40 seconds on Mirage. Very clearly looks to be A. With the forward position of Electronic as well, that could be very interesting underneath of Shadow. They have to rely on Flamey, therefore, to hit the shot, either A main or ticket, from ticket to connector, in order to hold off the charge. Because if he's left under Shadow on his own, there is a Molotov on flush up that could easily be bounced into that position. Furthermore, they don't have eyes on Palace either. Fortunately, there's going to be no one in that direction. Smoke thrown from afar. Flamey, first shot hit. Electronic now knows they are going to try and wrap around on his position. Smoke's down, so he can't get a second off shot. But Electronic, a chance to find two, couldn't do it. Crims getting the shot of return, brings the bomb back up. If he got away with both, the round might be done, but time is, it certainly is 5 seconds. GW won't have time to find Zeus, and despite losing the round, he will get the kill, but it's 7-7, and Navi winning the round.
Navi win the round. Definitely came down to the wire there. 3 seconds left on the clock, and JW didn't have the information that the second player was available to him. Crims, this was amazing. Great stuff by him to open things up. Flamey looking decent with that secondary AWP though. Crims did everything he could there. Took down Electronic, but this was the shot that really decided the round into the bomb. Out of contention, and with the time at 0, didn't really matter. It's the final round of the half. Navi, money not an issue, still had the double AWP set up after 5 players going down. JW will have the AWP in this particular round as he'll probe towards the Palace area. Looking for any aggressiveness from the CTs here, just waiting for anyone to peek, just in case. He'll then presumably look towards jungle. Tiny little angle you can take from this area. They are going to hit towards A. Line up the smokes. He wants his teammates to take the aggro first, and he'll back them up. Doesn't want to give it the fact he's got the open Palace just yet.
So full A execution. The standard one we all know. Electronic knows it, and he's going to get aggressive on it. 2 kills for him. Tries to lose himself in the smoke and grab up the gun instead of the reload. Flamey, though, gets the shot. So Edward does too, as it is exist in 1-on-3. Low enough HP on Flamey that the UMP will strike. Careful, Zeus. If he went down and got tagged to 40, it would have been simple in a 1-on-1. But they win it out, and in doing so, win the half. 8-7. Pretty standard on Mirage.
Yeah. Good game so far, I have to say. Nothing too detrimental on either side to report. Everyone's playing well. Everyone's fragging. The duels are fun to watch. We're seeing some great shots come out. Variation of strategies from Fnatic overall in terms of their pace. They're going from the defaults into those fast-paced connector takes, the executions. Definitely threw everything they had of them. Navi started to look a little bit tired at the beginning of the game, but then came back in full force. They took the last 5 rounds there to split us right down the middle at 8-7. I think Navi be a little bit disappointed with that start. Remember, they got that full eco victory as well. So even after losing the pistol, they managed to rectify things and have a decent half in the end. Pistol will be very important here. Let's see who picks it up as the teams just gather their thoughts. If you are just joining us, where have you been? It's been a great day of CS so far. This is currently the 2-1 game. So whoever wins this actual map, the best of 1, are going to the playoffs in the Wembley SSE Arena, which is happening from Thursday this week. So look out for that. But for now, let's see who's going to be the next team to join the 3 we already have in there.
We are getting to the thick of it. The excitement will certainly build, and so to the tension when we get in front of 10,000 plus fans at SSE. You excited, Henry? Major in your hometown?
Very excited. It's been a while since UKCS has ever been in the conversation for CSGO, so it's cool that we've got the major here, some British players. It's quite romantic. It's all coming together.
I'll ask you about that in a minute too, because this pistol's about to heat up. But you're right, Def and Smooya, both with the opportunity to play in front of their home crowd, certainly will be a treat. Draken waiting for the window to be challenged. It certainly seems as though it will be as Electronic gets boosted up. Draken on 10 kills, a second on the team. Certainly holding his own. Everybody in double digits on the Na'Vi side. So the rounds that they won were more convincing than those of which Fnatic won when you look at the kill totals despite the score. Electronic good find, takes down JW. Draken next in line, so he does well. Getting into that window. He's taking it by storm as he gets Flusha. That's 3 and nearly catches out Crims inside a checker. Crims looking that direction, is able to get 1. Thankfully Exist holds his own, but now he is completely alone.
Knife.
And he's going to get knifed. Yes, he is. Simple. The butcher's knife comes out and it's fresh meats as Exist goes down.
Oh, you don't want to give him those opportunities. He loves farming the knife kills, getting the cash. He could even buy an AWP in this round if he really wanted to. He's got armor and 5k. So that's quite cool. He goes with the AK instead, showing some discipline there. You do not need the AWP in the second round. Either way, they're simple. Getting it done. Great stuff towards the B side from Na'Vi. Fnatic can't hold them off, and they extend their lead now to 9-7. Crims with the scout. We saw how powerful that was in the first half. Let's see whether he can replicate simple form as we get into round number 17 here. CZ, Deagles, PT50s, and the kits as well. Crims is expecting to win this one. He buys up an expensive bit of utility there of $400. The fuse kits used to be $200 back in 1.6 and Source. They cranked up the price, improved the quality. So CT economy even harder to manage than it used to be back in the day. Three Mac 10s for Na'Vi. Currently Simple and Electronic, the two big fraggers with the rifles. That's what you want to see. They've looked good in the last couple of games. Slow start in this one, but starting to get into it now. Flusha with the Deagle, always going to be very, very dangerous.
Flusha just destroyed by Simple.
Yep.
This round could be a bit of a walk, so I'll come back to the talking point. You played in the UK. Okay, hang on. Why do you do this to me? Flusha gets another kill. You were a player in the UK scene. Obviously, didn't quite have the opportunity to play at an event of this level in the UK. Let's put yourself in Def or Smooya's shoes. How big is that?
It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy for them. The UK players, like, sure, Def's been in complexity for a while, but that's a team that hasn't realised their potential the entire time. They needed the likes of Shazam to come in and actually guide them and give them that star power they needed. They definitely had good players, and they've been grinding for a long time. But just to see them, like, make it the one time it really matters, the major, right? And it's in their home country, in the capital of the city. It's going to be an amazing event, maybe the best major we've ever had, and they've both made it there. So it's just great to see. Congratulations to both of them. It's a wonderful, perfectly timed thing.
But even from a personal perspective, not just the accomplishment of them from your perspective, but for them personally, how big is that in their career?
Well, you have to remember, Smooya, if you look back even 6 months ago before he joined Big, he was just playing like UK teams and Epsilon international stuff going on. He was always regarded as a good player, but finally someone took a chance on him and allowed him into one of these teams. It's got to be mind-blowing for him. I can't even imagine what it's going to feel like walking out in front of the crowd here. I'm sure there's going to be some tears on the day. Families will be down there. It just means a lot. All the hard work and grind and almost getting nothing for years. UK CS players, it's finally good to see someone put the hard work and dedication in, which has been missing for so long. And unfortunately, we don't have enough for UK teams just yet.
Sure.
We don't have enough players for that. But imagine what we could do. Maybe I said this in an interview.
Well, this is inspirational.
2020. Imagine like when players can take this inspiration and realize the grind can be worth it with the right dedication. If you realize you've got the talent, maybe in a couple of years when Smooya and Def finish their international excursions, they come back and maybe there is a chance of a proper UK team.
Foster some talent out of that.
Yeah, so they've learned so much, and they're only getting better. Smooya's still in his rookie year, remember, so these guys have still got a lot to learn, and they're looking amazing already.
Well, we get to the gun round now with Na'Vi in the lead, having taken the pistol on the two subsequent rounds, which were pretty straightforward. And we'll get into it with JW yet to purchase. Goes for head armor, so that leaves him with only enough for the UMP as well as utility. And it's Fnatic's turn to try and start their defense and to hold off Na'Vi from getting another round of potentially going up 5-0 at the start of this half and getting pretty much in a position of dominance.
Here are the odds. Bloody hell. Na'Vi, heavy favourites at this point. Fnatic got the work cut out for them. I think that seems a little bit generous to Na'Vi, but there you go. Fnatic definitely in this one, considering on the CT side of Mirage. They've got a buy now. Not the best. You can see Draken, no grenades whatsoever. A fast approach here from Na'Vi. Nades coming through. Crims only getting tickled by the first. It's a very common position, but the flash is no good. And Edward will be punished. So his teammate Couldn't quite throw it deep enough, and it's going to be Fnatic finding 3 kills here. 5 versus 2, Electronic and Zeus to pick up the pieces. Their faster approach towards that connector was in vain, as they got nothing done really at all. Crims and Draken going to town, and at this point just try and cause as much financial damage as you possibly can here. 5-on-2 situations are very unlikely to win, but they're both going towards Palace here. Zeus will try and alley-oop Electronic here, try and set him up for some space, some control. Electronic certainly capable of delivering the headshots. Let's see whether he can do it from this very difficult angle. No reason for Draken not to be watching it. Let's have a look at it. And if you look at Draken's POV right now, he's got this under lock and key.
You'd expect.
It's a tight angle though. Could miss the shot. They jump up.
Are you memeing? Oh, fair enough. No window to miss this time. Good shot back from Zeus. Can't double it up, so Fnatic win the first gun rounds. Did they get to the hop in time? Is Grim's gonna? I don't think he is. Oh, just barely.
Oh, no, he did.
Yep. So he's got it.
Yeah, there it is.
And that'll save them a bit of cash. They would have, I expect, reinvested into that either way, but it'll save them a bit.
Did you see that flash, though? That was designed for Crim's position. Like, it had gone like a millimeter to the left, it would have got him. So that's quite unfortunate, but it's Draken closing things out with Crims. Good stuff from Fnatic. I think they're definitely still in this game. Don't think it's over by any stretch. This will go the distance, in my opinion. Draken flashed, and that's why it's such a powerful flash. Like he says, though, I don't know if I'm going to make this or not. I'll just bail out towards underpass. Still a strong position with the AWP. Difficult to get out, unfortunately for him.
Electronic's going to check it. Oh, I thought he was still going to get taken down. The flash, they know that he's not going to be there. No one goes the other side of it, or wasn't there yet. I shouldn't say no one goes because Zeus is there now. But Electronic put that smoke toward window and connector. Obviously, he's just going to check that right away.
Indeed. Well, there we go. Draken goes down early, very early. 1 minute 20. So Na'Vi can face out grenades at this point, probe towards the site. Just have a little sniff around and see whether they can bait out the smokes and Molotovs. As they start to set up what looks like an execution, we have got one player towards middle. That's Zeus. Quite common for the in-game leaders to be on the other side of the map. They want to suss out the situation, sell the fake they think looks promising. He's flashing towards short, smoking the connector as his teammates make their way through. It's actually a pretty open sight, and even more so now as Electronic completely eviscerates Flasher there. Nice crisp headshot towards CD Spawn. You're going to be saving at this point. You're looking down the barrel of a reset map.
That's pretty cool that Electronic was strictly tasked to go with that flash and the smokes. Yep. That was his set play to check the underpass, and then rotates back over to A. He's stays super dynamic and manages the kill on the A site now. Sean Gare is Mr. Counter-Strat out there. He's obviously going to pick up on this. If they continue to throw that flash and Electronic continues to check the underpass, you're just going to throw someone cat to cut him off going down middle, right? Like there is ways to read that if they continue to do that.
It was perfectly thrown, wasn't it? Like it was really Rex, and as he jumped up there,
and there's no guarantee he's going to be down there. But sure. The point is, they've done everything else. You might as well check it, which is why he's going to get the kill.
And that's very true. If you have designed it so you can flash as early as possible to stop those sort of plays and try and push them back off their aggression, yeah, why not? If it works out even a few times this event, that's amazing. Are they going to find anything else here? Bomb damage comes in, no one goes down. Fnatic will be reset, but they keep 3 players up, so it's not a huge deal, it's not that detrimental. Just giving in the fact they've lost early players towards A. So Draken actually, I watched it from Draken's POV, he actually, I think he shot him straight through the legs. It wasn't necessarily a miss, it was right on the body of this guy. It was a bit unlucky, it didn't connect.
Technically, I get your point, It wasn't like he was way off.
Like he did a flick, and it was like in the right area, the right target, just wasn't exactly where it had to be. So yes, a miss, but an unfortunate one.
Simple this time, the one toward mid. Flash goes again. Draken doesn't jump out. Simple tries to fire into the wall. I think that even was. So that was pretty close considering Draken wasn't peeking. That must have gone just beside him. Meanwhile, taking matters into their own hands, Fnatic's going to get aggressive on the A site. They push down toward the ramp. Flasha and Crims, the one task. Crims is efficient, super efficient on the A site. Used to be more of a connector player in the early Fnatic days, the dominant Fnatic days, but still very good in the A site. This used to be a map in the golden era, I guess you could call it, for Fnatic, that they were dominant on.
Absolutely. Defined a lot of the T-side gameplay, especially the defaults and the way it should be done. They were trailblazers when they were dominating the game. 3 majors under their belts. I think that's the most. It is the most. Pretty much.
Still is the most. Yeah, that's right. Made in Brazil with Luminosity and SK. Each they have 2, I guess you could say. Which is 2 different orgs though, so it depends on how you count it.
Yeah, Fnatic is certainly the most well-decorated organization. But 30 seconds remaining. This is actually looking promising now. Remember, Fnatic saved weaponry before to actually allow them to have a full buy here. Now running out of grenades. Incendiary, I should say, will push JW towards the window.
Wow.
And that's where he'll meet his demise. Electronic looking very sharp today, I have to say. Great stuff from him.
Very quick, 22 kills. He leads the way. On the whole server, Flusher, by the way, only has 6 when you compare that. Electronic with 2 more. Did I say 22 out of 24? 3 of the round swings as Zeus goes down. It's Electronic. Surprise, surprise. That's going to be towards CT Spawn, looking for the ace Flusher. He's going to get found by Flamey Fire before Electronic was even in the picture, but 4 kills nonetheless, 13-8.
Man, that was so sick. He said in an interview once he feels like he can be better than Simple. He can
Fair
get
enough.
there. He's definitely got the aim. He's just needs maybe another year or so at this level. But that's incredible. Wow.
On a rifle, I'll say chance
Sure.
that could happen. On an AWP, I haven't seen much that convinces me of that, but the skill set is there. You're right.
Yeah, like it's pretty unreal what he can do with the rifle. When he's on form, on his day, it's a spectacle. If he can get more consistency and be set up like the way he is, you can see his team want him to get stuck in there first. They want him to crack open these sights and use that wild aim he's got to their advantage. This could be, I thought a guaranteed kill for Simple. He had the right angle lined up. This should be quite the easy affair though for Na'Vi. 13-8 up against the default pistols. A couple of deagles there, and Crims goes down first. Exactly what you're looking for on the anti-ecos. Find an opener, and at that point, wait for the reaction and capitalize upon it.
Good shot, Draken, at least to get Simple. He follows it up with the silence pistol, but Zeus has snuck in the back lines from the Bartments. It's 14-8. Guns will be drawn once more for Fnatic, but this is really the last defense. They're only going to have a 4th round loss bonus after this on the CT side, and that would be 15 rounds for Na'Vi, so that would pretty much be the end of it. Na'Vi on the other side of it has a lot of money left over, so they'll be able to buy and potentially break Fnatic even if they are successful in this attempt.
Do or die time for the Swedes. UMP for Flusher. That's not necessarily a disadvantage though. He's unreal with that weapon. I never get too worried when he's down to an SMG. That's where he does some of his best work. Fast A approach though, coming out the palace quickly. Draken just wasn't ready for it. Fnatic weren't in general, to be honest. They have to save again, Matt. They surely can't even justify this. Sure, it's going to be match point, I get it. But at the same time, this is enough money to win.
Absolutely. Do you recall when Nico and Flusher both went through spells where they would only use the UMP?
Yes.
They actually would buy that even when they could afford other weapons.
It was nerfed, remember though.
Of course, yeah, no, of course. So, but just to your point, like they were super comfortable.
Yeah, it was a bit of a problem before the nerf. Like it was actually getting purchased more than rifles at some point in some games. It was actually pretty unreal. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but you get the point. As we'll see the 5-on-3 be realised, and match point for Na'Vi looking likely to make it to the playoffs. As Edward sniffs out the remaining CTs. We checks beneath his steps here. He's got a guaranteed kill, of course. Wants to stay quiet. I'm going to check him, making some noise, and unfortunately, I'm not sure the comms with that JW footsteps. It was a very difficult call to give out. Oh my god, I thought he was about to go down as well. Money is wrecked. They've got an M4. 2 M4s of them, UMP as scouts, and 7 rounds in a row required. They're not out of the tournament if they lose this map. Just to reiterate one more time, they go down to the 2-2 bracket, but things get a bit spicy there, Matt, because that's when the best of 3s begin. So
it's true, that is true. It's the 2-2s. You've earned the right to at least battle it out with a map pool in hand, and it was more strategic veto, if you want to say that, and with more to, I guess, more in reserve. You can be more liberal in the early games with your money and whatnot.
You can definitely, so the problem with best of 1 is, it's difficult to justify as many risks or calculated risks, because you're just like, well, if this does go wrong, really do need to look in the money. Overall, one bad mistake could completely sabotage our entire half. Best of 3, you can flirt with those ideas a little bit more, especially if you're the favoured team going into it. But JW, great stuff, that's what they needed, but the mod itself is not. And Flusher might be compromised here, spraying wildly. Who's going to get the shot? It will be him, but will he get another one? He will. Great stuff.
but that's where it ends. Flamey comes out and just absolutely destroys him, tagged in the process, and the nade thrown from JW went on to Simple. He was in a 1 versus 3. He's already brought it down to 2, and at the cost of nothing at all, aside from a bit of ammo, because he had 100 HP, but that's fine. Exist can handle that, so they hold on just barely by the skin of their teeth, Fnatic, to bring this to 15-9.
Well, the problem is Flamey's got $15,000, so money certainly not an issue on that side of the server. 6 now for Fnatic to take us to overtime. UMP has to come up for Flusher once again. He's on 9 and 17. One of the absolute best performers of all time at Majors, Matt. And not really seeing in this particular match. Long way to go still. But that was always one of the big stats we'd put with him. Highest rated player at the Majors.
Not a bad situation to be in. Electronic, 3 away from 30. So the fact that it goes another round just gives him another chance to do that. Edwards tagged at 27. Pasha tries to sneak out. Unfortunately, Flamey is going to greet him and put him down. So that now means they're a man down. Minute and 19 to play with. Navi slowing things and taking over mid. Zeus watching the backside of the smoke. JW is hoping that that smoke will actually work in his favor, that they'll push through it. JW found that was dissipating enough. Graphic settings could have been different, but it also could have been radar because he was staring at that for long enough.
Yeah, so for just to translate that, it means if you stare at the smoke with your crosshair, if someone is in there, sometimes the radar will show them up. They're going to be split here. There's only one player remaining. That's Exist. He's going to have to pull out all the stops here. Simple's coming for him. He can smell blood in the water, and he's not going to check the corner. There it is. Of course he will. It's Simple. The awareness is normally pretty spot on. He's got the on his back, though. Can't challenge everything, but of course, well, he can. It's Simple server. You just play here.
Oh,
and,
well.
There it is. That's the end of it.
Got played in the end. He didn't get the bomb down. Doesn't matter. You're right. It is the end. 16-9. Navi, they're into the playoffs. They're in to the top 8. Fnatic has to play a best of 3 tomorrow.
Great performance there. That's the Navi, I believe, that can win the major. That unit is looking good.